third week of the lockdown, which is supposed to be the final week, but it is unlikely to be the final week, at least in the major COVID-19 hotspots. Now, the number of positive cases in India is inching closer to 5,000, and the number of deaths has risen to 124. Now, it is unlikely the central government is going to lift the lockdown completely across the country, because many states have also now approached the center asking it to keep these restrictions in place for now, because massive containment measures are still underway in several states. Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu happen to be the worst affected. In Maharashtra, there are 1,018 positive cases and 690 so far in Tamil Nadu. Now, the slightly good news is that the health ministry says that about 70% of the COVID-19 positive cases show only mild to very moderate symptoms. So many of these cases don't need hospitalization, they don't need 24 hours monitoring. They can be home quarantined, just treated and monitored over the phone line perhaps. So this will reduce the stress and burden on our healthcare system. So that is an avenue that the health ministry may approach for 70% of the cases, perhaps, if the people comply. But however, now the ICMR has found that just one infected COVID-19 patient is capable of transmitting the disease to 400 other contacts in a span of 30 days if that infected person does not follow social distancing measures, if that person does not follow quarantine protocols. Now, this is an extremely distressing figure. One person and to transmit it to 400 others. That once again stresses why we need to follow social distancing, why we need to follow quarantine to the last letter, why we need to follow the government orders. And what is also distressing is that some states, especially in Maharashtra, there's a report coming in that about 50 to 60 people who were a part of that Tablighi event in Delhi back in March have switched off their mobile phones and they're untraceable. And this is a big blow to the entire effort by our healthcare providers to track down every last person who's infected or potentially infected by this extremely contagious disease. And why are people evading healthcare providers? That is also a big question, and that's probably because of the next point I'm going to address. The next point I'm going to address is the fact that there's a lot of misinformation going around the entire world, not just in India, but the entire world about misleading facts about the disease in the first place. And if I talk about India in particular, there's a lot of misinformation being pandered to the Muslim community in particular. Especially there are videos on TikTok and Facebook that appear to be directed at them. We don't know who the source of these videos are, because the moment the videos go viral, the original post gets deleted. So this is the way that these viral videos are being propagated in order to mislead many Muslim people. There are also videos being created to sort of wedge a divide between both the communities, the Hindus and the Muslims in India. So this is a huge blow to the efforts of our healthcare providers, because on one hand, you have people who are trying to communalize this entire healthcare problem, and on the other hand, you have people who are afraid of approaching healthcare providers because they are being indoctrinated and told that this is a move to harass them. So all of this needs to stop, and now the Indian government has also cracked down on these misleading news on social media. It's called Facebook and the Chinese video app TikTok to remove those users who are found to be spreading misinformation on their platforms. The very users who are the source of this misinformation campaign will be removed by these social media platforms. In fact, even the WHO has recognized that the world is currently not only going through a pandemic but also an infodemic, which is a surplus of misleading information. So we need to be very, very careful about what we propagate as news. We need to be very careful about the facts and the origin of the news we share. Apart from that, WhatsApp has also now limited the number of forwards number of times a message can be forwarded to. So you cannot forward an already forwarded message to more than one chat. So these are important measures that are being taken now, perhaps should have also been taken a little before. Apart from that, there is news from Haryana, where the Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has said that every grain that is produced by farmers will be procured by the state. This is a big assurance coming in procurement season. The procurement season usually starts in Haryana by April the 1st, but this time procurement of mustard will start from April 15th and of wheat from April the 20th. And the staggered procurement operation will go on in phases till June the 30th. That is what is the news coming in from Haryana. So these are the developments for today. If you have any suggestions or any questions for us, do leave them in the comments below.